Who will tell Bat that Major UI Maga, Lieutenant Colonel S.I. Yasu, and Colonel Farouk were fired in March? AKANDE. Who will tell him? Who will tell him? Is he his age? You are not going to tell him anything. Oh. According to a report by Channels TV on Sunday, April 12, 2026, tensions are mounting over the deteriorating security situation in northern Nigeria following revelations that 3 high-ranking military commanding officers were fired in separate terrorist ambushes within just 9 days this month. The startling timeline of the fallen officers was highlighted by veteran Nigerian journalist and editor Laolu AKANDE, who called for urgent presidential intervention to address the increasing vulnerability of military bases. According to reports, the targeted attacks took place between March 1 and March 9, striking different strategic locations where commanders were leading frontline operations. The frequency of these high-level casualties within a single week has raised serious questions about the intelligence and defensive capabilities currently available to troops in the region. Speaking on the gravity of the situation, AKANDE emphasized that these were not random skirmishes but direct strikes on the military's leadership structure on the ground. He indicated that the scale of these losses must be brought directly to the commander-in-chief, who will tell the president, Bola Tinubu, that by the way we also have a match between March 1 and 9 this year in various locations within a single week, reportedly 3 separate commanding officers who were fired by the attacks of the terrorists in their bases, AKANDE stated. The editor further broke down the grim specifics of the week-long onslaught. In Mayanti, Major UI was fired on the 1st of March. In Konduga, Lieutenant Colonel S.I. Yasu was fired on March 6. In Kukawa, Colonel Farouk was fired on March 9. Can imagine. Classy says if top-ranking officers could be fired in high numbers, then one can imagine the number of junior officers that must have been fired in a same climb. No one needs to tell the president that he has failed. Do you get? And the funniest part is, he doesn't even care. He doesn't care. Olayaruka says maybe the army should run away out of Nigeria for bandits so that they should not be fired again. Rebecca says the insensitive government is busy campaigning for the next election. Empty brain, I'm telling you, they don't care. All they care about is the election, nothing else. Joseph Akpan says that Major General Brahma died in April. So the story goes. Sad, really sad, really, really sad. Peter J says if these soldiers can be fired without a trace, so who is me or you in this country? You get, it's just God that is keeping us. Only God save us from the hands of the clueless and brainless APC and TINUBU. In fact, for anyone who will open his kuro eyes and vote TINUBU in 2027, may that person live to enjoy the insecurity happening today in this country. Amen. Victor Adolfo says it's not surprising to me because when you recruit your enemies into the system by renaming them repentant terrorists, you can imagine knowing fully well that they carry the same jihadist mentality that you should expect. What you should expect is a disaster. Other countries refuses to negotiate with terrorists, but FG is busy pampering them because they want to use them in 2027 elections. But their plans are dead on arrival because TINUBU is not a sellable commodity in the South, in the Southeast, and all northern regions, even in the Southwest. For some of us that have brain, nobody will vote for that man. Ariba says, why is Nigeria army always ambushed? Because they've recruited unrepentant army into their midst. People that are bandits, you've recruited them into the army. And you think that it will be okay. And you think that everything will go fine. It's not possible now. Henry says no one will tell him. The only one that will tell him what he wants to hear. They only tell him what he wants to hear. And that's 2027 presidential election manipulation. Yes, that's the only thing that they are talking about. How they will rig it. How they will lie to people like as if we are blind. We don't see what's going on in the country. AKANDE says, imagine how our generals are being unalived like chicken, making nonsense of our gallant military. Such a shame. Such a shame. Samuel Ekwe says, at this stage of our decay, no other state can handle our security challenges. Even if Obi wins, he can't handle it because it is seriously hinged on the Islamic religion And this Buhari caused 85% of this problem by making sure jihadists infiltrated the military properly. Yes, they've infiltrated though. I'm sure that probably 80% of the people in the military are all bandits. Probably 80%. He was intentional about it because he too wanted Sharia from north to south. So modalities for disintegration must be thoroughly put in place in such a way that the Middle Belt can have a nation of their own. Wow, K1Ll be, okay? Shariat and says TINUBU will not send Operation Python down to the north, visibly buying the Nigerian soldiers. Rather, they will prefer going to the southeast. So let the North legalize possession of firearms to defend themselves, even if you think they don't have firearms. The thing is an inside thing. So there is no how you want to prepare. They've already hijacked you people. They've already outsmarted them. So there is no way. Because it's from the inside that they will go and open the doors for the people outside. It is the jihadists, the unrepentant ones that are inside. Probably they are the ones that even told them to surrender. Oh yeah, surrender. Don't worry, they will not buy you. Because of course, you know that most of our government are involved in this thing. So they give orders, don't buy them, don't do anything to them. You surrender so that you can have a way into their midst. So that we can have access to enter. And that's just what they have been doing. It is well. If I say, what are the state governors doing? State governors. They talk better people, they talk state governors. Doing what they allotted his security votes. Are they no longer the chief security officers of the state? Is Nigeria not practicing federalism? If all state governors and the local government chairmen prioritize the security and safety of their people, this situation would not have been so escalated. You need to think deeply over the above questions, not dishing out abusive words, please. State governors care. Those ones are big. All they are thinking about is how to get the presidents to win in their state. That's all they don't. They don't care about anybody. They don't. See how we are losing trained military officers because of internal crisis. Yes, it is internal. Shame on us. The buying of soldiers will continue because the buyers are not punished when they are caught or surrender. Yes. Instead, they are granted amnesty, rehabilitated, compensated, or recruited into the same military. So imagine you see somebody that came to attack you. Probably, okay, it's not as if they even buy these people. I don't think they even attack them at all. They just only arrest them. So imagine seeing the person that arrested you and saying, okay, I'm going to get through to you. They are there, they are in there, infiltrating. That's what they are doing. It's an internal crisis. I'm telling you. It is well. My listeners, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.